Fitzy and Wippa.
We're very, very excited about this. This show's been pushed back a couple of years, obviously, with pandemic. He's back from New York. I'm trying to work out, is he a mentalist? Is he an illusionist? We're going to have to ask him ourselves, but you can see Scott Silven show wonders at the Sydney Opera House. It kicks off today. Get tickets at thesydneyoperahouse.com. Scotty Silven, welcome.
Scotty, welcome. Scotty, how do you describe yourself?
Well, it's, as you said, a mentalist. I think that scares a lot of people. What is mentalism?
He's reading my mind.
Yeah, indeed. And really, it's just a branch of illusion. So whilst some magicians might do card tricks or coin tricks, mentalism isn't any of that. It's exploring the power of the human mind. Wow. So you are using people's emotions, memories, experiences, and you're creating impossible illusions from those things, hopefully.
Right, so we're a little bit different. So I do a bit of magic myself. I do the levitating trick.
I heard about this levitation. Are we going to see it today? That's the question.
I won't do it today because today's about you.
My goodness, of course.
How convenient.
At this stage, we're a little bit different because I don't have a show at the Opera House, but I am,
I can do levitations. That's very impressive.
Leave that to me. So different shows.
Scotty, we talk about, in this field, and we talk about people who hone their craft, whether it's a sportsman, a golfer who just hits a ball all day long. How long does it take you to hone your craft in this area, in this industry? How long did it take you?
It was quite a long time because I started when I was 5 or 6 years old, just a little kid. And like you, I was probably doing traditional magic when I was a kid as well, levitation, and sort of stuff.
Kiddie stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But then I think I was 8 or 9 and I found a book in psychology. And I read that book in psychology and I thought, wow, the human mind is fascinating. There's almost magic going on inside our heads at all times, what we choose to believe, what our imaginations can create. So when I was 14, I studied hypnosis in Milan.
Wow.
Didn't tell my mum.
Crazy.
Got a bus from Glasgow in Scotland to London, then London to Paris. Went to Milan for a week, told her it was a school trip, and came back with these strange hypnotic skills.
What?
Yeah, kind of crazy. And it wasn't until I started doing interviews in New York, much later in my career, that she found out that I went to Milan.
And she paid for the whole trip?
She paid for the whole trip, didn't realise. It was an educational trip. But it kind of worked out. So, taking those experiences and skills that I've learned, I studied contemporary performance. And then I sort of had this strange esoteric tool bag of skills to create these impossible experiences that I do now.
Let me ask this question, Scotty. A mate of mine, Magic Mike, and he's not a stripper, but he does this...
His clothes disappearance in amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
But he tells the story of the way he got into it. He's an illusionist, you might say, or a magician, hence the title. But he would go to a bar and just sit there and put a pack of cards next to him at the bar and order a drink. And it wasn't long till women came up and said,
"Oh my goodness,
show us a trick." How does it work for you?
I'm usually not that desperate where I have to put a deck of cards on a table.
Having a drink with a mate of mine, deck of cards.
Do you put an old dictionary up at the bar? Yes.
Yeah, it's a much more subtle thing where I put this old dictionary from my granddad on a bar and wait for someone to ask.
Wow.
Is that a lucky charm or something? Or are you actually
It is a little bit. Well, because I'm here, I would love to try with something with
desperately
coffee,
want
if that's
you to.
okay. Would that be okay?
Yeah,
love to, Scotty.
How old is this dictionary?
It's actually from the 1920s, which is crazy. And this is kind of how I started. My granddad taught me a couple of illusions when I was much younger.
Brilliant.
And he had this old dictionary from his days in the army. And we used to play a game where he would, open up the dictionary to any page, he'd think of a word, and I would try and guess the word that he was thinking of.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't very good at it, and I've not done it for many years, so I'd love to try something similar.
How many pages is in this dictionary?
Oh my goodness, there's 1,045, 1,208. Lots, and they're all very old-fashioned words as well, which is kind of insane.
Sure.
So it's not going to be about the dictionary per se, but it's going to be about some magazines here. You see we've got Time, Science of Memory, Forbes.
Okay.
Your New Brain.
Oh,
Do you
New
want
Brain,
to take
yeah.
one of those out for me?
Fitz, you grab
Whichever
one.
one you like.
I'll take your favourite out, Forbes.
Okay,
Nicely
thanks, mate.
done. Do you want to take one as well, Hewie? Go for it.
Huey's, my son's here in the studio as well, and he's fascinated by this stuff.
Oh, you're both going to be great at it, guys. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to open up the magazine.
Okay.
Open up to any page with lots of words on it, and you are going to think of a word on the page. But we want to make this interesting, so you're going to think of a very long word, a very interesting word, so you have something to work with. So I'll give you 5 seconds to choose a nice long word. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you have something?
Yep, I've got
Close your magazine. Huey, do you have something? Yeah. Close your magazine, put it on the table. Okay, you were both going to look at me, Now, because this is your son, I want to see if there's a special connection between both of you. So you have your nice long word inside your head. On the count of 3, you are both just going to say the first letter of the word that you're thinking of at the same time.
Both of us.
Both of you at the same time. Just the first letter of the word you're thinking of. Wouldn't it be amazing if they were both thinking of the same letter? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3.
T.
T and E.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure seeing you all. Thank you very much. Well, of course you're not going to think of the same word. These are different magazines. What you're going to do right for me now, you are just going to focus on the last letter of your word. You're going to focus on the last letter of your word as well. So Hewie, look right here at me. Is the last letter a Y?
Yes.
It is. Very good. Okay, just look right here at me. You just focus on the second letter of the word right now. That's it's an H, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Very good. Okay. It's a little strange. Now, you were focused on a word beginning with the letter E. You were just going to focus on the last letter of your word. You look right here at me. So that's... It's an S.
It's an
S. It is. Very good. Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So you just focus on the second letter of the word
Yeah.
right now. That's it's not an O, but the way you're holding your finger here, it's a C, isn't it?
It's a
Very
C.
good. Okay.
It's a C. It is, yes.
Okay, you were going to look right here at me right now. You were going to focus on that word that you have in mind, and you were just going to keep repeating it to yourself again and again and again. You were not going to share it.
God, this is like Wordle.
Isn't it? I was going to say, you must nail Wordle.
Well, yeah, but see, like, you guys must be freaking out.
I
with
might
my
be a
word.
little bit wrong here,
fine.
but that word that you have in mind right now, you were just thinking of it. You didn't even write it down.
Yeah.
For the first time, what was the word you were thinking of?
Thoughtlessly.
Thoughtlessly.
Yeah.
Something
No.
like this.
No!
Thoughtlessly, yes?
How? Yes.
Now wait, you were focusing your word right here, okay,
Oh my
which is starts with an E and then it's an S. You keep that word inside your head right now. You keep repeating it to yourself again and again. Focus on what this word relates to.
Okay.
This is numbers in some sense, isn't it? It's connected to numbers and spreadsheets.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay. I am committed for the first time. Loud voice. What was the word you were thinking of?
It's plural.
Go for it.
Economists.
Economists. Does this number mean anything to you at all? 26716.
No, it doesn't mean anything
Bank
to me.
details.
Pick up the dictionary. I want you to turn to page 267.
267.
You are going to go to the first column
mate,
on page
don't.
267.
This is freaking me out
Now,
already.
267, you can see we are on the E of the dictionary.
We're on the U.
You are going to count down to the sixth word, 26716.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What is the word?
The word is economist.
Wow!
That is insane.
It's a little strange, a little strange.
Do you know
Oh
what
my
I?
gosh.
Do you know what I
going
did?
on there?
Do you know what I did as well
words, yeah.
with my Forbes magazine? When Scotty was saying pick a word, I actually originally picked a word, and then I went, nah, stuff him.
Find a hard one.
I'm gonna go.
You can't trick him. Look at him. He's all over it.
I went even further into the magazine. I thought I'm going to pick another one just to really rattle him.
Well, Sarah, you said something interesting there. You can't trip him. So I would like to try something with you to finish our time together today.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you to do something a little strange. Rather than looking at a page in a book or a word in a dictionary, you were just going to think of someone that inspires you. Now, this is ideally someone famous, someone that we would all know here, but someone that you've never mentioned in interviews before, someone that I wouldn't know. So take a few moments to get that person in mind. Yeah, go for it. And an
Is that what
interesting,
I did on
yeah,
my phone?
indeed,
That's
and an
it?
interesting
Yeah.
fact
Yep.
about that person
Yep.
as well. And keep that to yourself. Don't share it
Okay.
with anyone, okay? Now you're going to look right here at me. You're just going to focus right now
Yes.
on whether that person is male or female. It's a female, isn't it? Okay. Now you're just going to focus
Are
on...
you looking at her eyes, Scott? What
Yeah.
Do you mean? Yes.
I want you each to look at her right now as well. You'll probably see some of the
Sarah.
tells
I
that
think
she's
I have a
giving away
lazy
as well. No, not at all.
She's gone all red, so it's definitely a male.
So I'm thinking this is someone right maybe when you were a little kid as well in some sense, and there is a sense of excitement to this person, as I said, to focus on a celebrity and an interesting fact about
I
them.
get it too.
So this is a celebrity connected to it's either sports or it's music. Did you see that? It's music. Okay. So
Because I blinked.
yeah, this is a female celebrity connected to music. That doesn't limit it down at all in any way. Whip, if you had to take a guess, who do you think it would be?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe connected to music.
To music.
Didn't she sing?
No, she's more of a model.
Happy birthday, Mr.
I mean, she did,
President.
but
She sang it in
Okay.
that
there's
same
so
beautiful
much
tone
pressure
as well.
not to blink.
Not at all. Okay, you were just going to focus on that person right now in this music. Now, were they a solo artist or were they in a band? They were in a band. So, this is a female who was in a band, and it's someone from your past. So this is the first letter of their name a G?
Yes.
It is. Okay, very good. Okay, let me focus just on the last letter of their name.
Oh, hang on, first name or
Yeah,
surname?
first name, right here.
Yep.
This is it's not a T or an L, but it's an I. Okay, I think I know what this is. I might not get it exactly. It's connected to a band in some way. Does this word mean anything to you at all, Spice?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Wait a second. Are you focused on Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
You are indeed. Oh my goodness. Wow.
That is insane.
Now, how did she inspire you?
I mean,
Anyways, yeah.
she popped into my head. I'm into Formula One. She's married to the
Oh
Red
my
Bull driver.
goodness. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
What about, do you have
Wow.
a fact about Jerry? Is there
She
some-
used to be a Jehovah's Witness.
What a fact. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to let you tell me the
No,
fact?
that's okay. I'm happy for you to share that fact.
Scotty, that's amazing.
Well, thank you guys.
Is
Wow.
it to do with body language, Scott, or is it, do you look at...
You're really using a variety of techniques. So, like, we know that mind reading isn't real. And my job is not to convince you that mind reading isn't real, is to take you on this impossible journey that explores the power of your mind. And that's what Wonders is really about at the Sydney Opera House. It's an inspiring and exciting adventure. And I think what better way to spend your time after we've been trapped at home for so long to connect with a few hundred people in a room and see these impossible
Man,
things.
I love that. Well done.
Amazing.
And
That
you're
is
playing
brilliant.
the iconic Sydney Opera House. You can go get tickets at sydneyoperahouse.com. Scotty Silven's Wonders. Go and check it out. Thanks for coming in, Scotty.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
Scotty.
Great to
Great
see you all.
work.
Take care.
Fitzy and Wippa.